Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Uttarasada Srimad Abhay His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Grantha Bhagavatam Ki Gaura Premanande Hari Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, the Krishna Fourth Order, Chapter 25, the characteristics of King Puranjana, text number 29. Nasambarorvanyatama vivek Purim imam vera varena sakam Arhasya lankara tumavda bhadra karmana Lokam param sri riva yagya pumsa Nasambarorvanyatama vivek Purim imam vera varena sakam Arhasya lankara tumadabra karmana Lokam param sri riva yagya pumsa Nasambarorvanyatama vivek Purim imam vera Arhasya lankara tumavadra karmana Lokam param sri riva yagya pumsa Nasambarorvanyatama vivek Purim imam vera varena sakam Arhasya lankar tumadabra karmana Lokam param Sri Yagya Pumsam. Puri Mimam Vera Varena Sakam. Arasalankar Tumadabra Karmana. Lokam Param Sri Rivayagya Pumsa. Nasambaroram Yagatam Bhureshve. Purim Imam Biravarena Sakam. Arasalankar Tumadabra Karmana. Lokam Param Sri Rivayagya Pumsa. Ladies, anybody? All right. Not Assam of these. O most fortunate one. Anyone who will speak touching the ground, Purim city, Imam this, Bira Barena, the great hero, Sakam, along with Arhasi, you deserve, along Kritum, to decorate, Adabra, glorious, Karmana, whose activities, Lokam, world, Param, transcendental, Sri, the goddess of fortune, Eva, like, Yajna Pumsa, with the enjoyer of all yajnas. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O greatly fortunate one, it appears that you are none of the women I have mentioned, because I see that your feet are to the ground. But if you are some woman, you can, like the goddess of fortune, who, accompanied by Lord Vishnu, increases the beauty of the Vaikuntha planets, also increase the beauty of this city. By you should understand that I am a great hero and a very powerful king on this planet. It appears that you are none of the women I have mentioned, because I see that your feet are touching the ground. But if you are some woman of this planet, you can, like the goddess of fortune, who, accompanied by Lord Vishnu, increases the beauty of the Vaikuntha planets, also increase the beauty of this city by associating with me. You should understand that I am a great hero and a very powerful king on this planet. Purport. There is a difference between demoniac mentality and devotional mentality. Devotees know perfectly well that the goddess of fortune, who is the constant companion of Vishnu or Narayana, cannot be enjoyed by a living entity. This higher sense of understanding is called Krishna consciousness. Nonetheless, everyone wants to become happy by imitating the personality of Narayana. In this verse, Puranjana states that the girl appears to be an ordinary woman. However, since he is attracted by her, he requests that she becomes as happy as the goddess of fortune by associating with him. Thus, he introduces himself as a great king with great influence so that she might accept him as her husband and be as happy as the goddess of fortune. To desire to enjoy this material world as a subordinate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is godly. The demons, however, want to enjoy this material world without considering the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the difference between a demon and a demigod. The word bhuvisprik mentioned in this verse is very significant. When the demigods sometimes come to this planet, they do not touch the ground. Puranjana could understand that this girl did not belong to the transcendental world or the higher planetary system because her feet are touching the ground. Since every woman in this world wants her husband to be very influential, rich, and powerful, Puranjana, to seduce the girl, introduced himself as such a personality. In the material world, whether one be a man or woman, one wants to enjoy. A man wants to enjoy a beautiful woman, and a woman wants to enjoy a powerful, opulent man. Every living entity also possesses such material desires, is called Purusha, an enjoyer. Superficially, it appears that the woman is the enjoyed and the man is the enjoyer. But internally, everyone is an enjoyer. Consequently, everything in the material world is called Maya. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyanandana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jina Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovistan Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayan Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapada Kamalan Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Jagat Pate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namas Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshware Vrisabha Hari Vancha Kalpataru Sindhu Bhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnave Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Gayate Girim Yat Sri Guru Nataranam Vancha Kalpataru Vaksha Kripa Sindhu Bhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutali Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitina Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Puranjana is getting more and more excited seeing a beautiful woman. He wants to be a man like to attract the woman. This is the psychology in the material world. Every living being, when he comes to this stage of attraction with the opposite sex, the feeling of thinking that I am the greatest hero of the world arises even in a fox, in a wolf, when he turned the age of that adolescence. This is how it happens. Attraction. It is Krishna's creation is so intricate, is very suksma, subtle, and very subtle, and then very, very powerful. The attraction between man and woman is coming from the original attraction that all the men and women, all the living entities, they have original attraction to Lord Krishna. So when we are separated from him and we are placed in this material world, and we still have that instinctual characteristics of attraction, and we look that attraction in different objects in this material world. This is why we are here, still struggling with our senses, with our body, with our mindset, with our intelligence, with our everything. So this tendency to be attracted is originally there in Krishna Loka, in spiritual world. And but in this material world, as we keep changing body in order to find better attraction, life after life, just like the air carries the aroma from one place to another, we have that aroma of attraction, aroma of attachment to something that we are looking for, we are searching for, and we are running after. And in that meantime of running after the attraction and attachment, we keep changing body one after another, until our nose smells the beautiful fragrance that comes out from the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Our search for this attraction will continue in this material world and keep us in different type of situation. This is very interesting. So we need to be attracted by the smell that comes out from the body of divine Lord. That's why we smell tulasi leaves. That's why we smell flowers that is offered to the Lord. That is why we smell incense smells. When people come inside the temple, oh, it smells so good. Yes, this is the attraction. So these scriptures can be understood in different three ways. Like sometimes we can understand literally, we can get so much knowledge from it. We had history, we see the life of different great devotees, and we learn a lesson. Another way of understanding scripture is didactically. We learn several lessons from the life and character of the different things. And another way to understand the scripture is metaphorically, because there are so many characters, they are exactly like ourselves. We are also little of that character, and the scriptures are talking in this way, and devotees they take that way. So when we do have not the higher vision about seeing things in this material world, that everything belongs to Krishna, and the Krishna is the ultimate enjoyer, we do have that same enjoying mentality, the Purusha. Prabhupada is clearly saying Purusha is not a masculine word, the word that only denote to the man, either man or woman. Having that spirit of enjoying mentality is called Purusha or Bhogi, who wants to enjoy. But we should, the Krishna consciousness teaches us the science of a real enjoyment, that Krishna enjoys us, and through he enjoying us, we get enjoyment by rendering service to him. And the whole Bhagavatam is trying to teach that the best of the best of the best servant that provide the best pleasure, ananda to Krishna, are gopis headed by Radharani. So this is the whole purpose of Bhagavatam stories. But many people in this world follow the religious principle. Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, Many people follow the religious principle with four goals. Number one is with bhaya. Bhaya means fear. We follow religious practices. People follow religious practices. Oh yes, we are Christian, we are Catholic, we are Islam, we should do it. If we don't do, our God become mad at us. Out of fear, people perform religious activities. And second purpose people do religious activities is because of asa, is according to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Asa means what? Hope. Hope of getting something. If I follow, if I become spiritual, if I become religious, I can find a beautiful woman. If I follow, I might pass test. If I follow, I can make a lot of money during this Gemso time. Or if I follow the religious, if I go to the temple or do any kind of religious activities, I may get some desires fulfilled. So there is asa. The first one was fear. Second one is asa. And third one, that people engage in spiritual activities is out of kartabya. The meaning, what is the meaning of kartabya? Your duty, responsibility. Yeah, I am a devotee. It is my duty to do it. I'm a Brahmana. I need to do it. I need to perform sacrifices. I'm a Kshatriya. I need to protect. It is my dharma. It is my prescribed duties. I am a Sudra. I need to be humble to my master and serve the Brahmanas. So this way, people follow this religious principle out of kartabya, out of duties. And the final one are the group of people, set of people, they follow this principle out of prema, love. It is above everything. When we perform our sadhana with that intention, then advancement takes place very quickly. And when we analyze the sadhana, sadhana means, okay, when we talk about sadhana, is action, something action we perform, we do something, we act, we chant, we clean, we dress, we do a lot of activities for the sadhana bhakti. And if we go closer to that activities, then the second set of sadhana is when we perform different kind of activities, then we need to put some effort on it. Without putting any effort, then we cannot perform any activities. We don't want to come into the Mangalarti in the morning, it's cold. It's really difficult to come out of the room, go to the bathroom and wait for somebody and then take your turn and then take a shower and then come back, dress up, tilak and everything and come back. Oh yes, really tough. But we are putting some effort and then we are making it happen. The second stage in sadhana is we need to put our effort. Without that, then we cannot continue any sadhanas. Then even closer to that, another third set of the sadhana, when we do some effort, then we have inner intention. Even closer in sadhana, in intention. What is our intention? What am I? Why I am doing this? Why I am taking off this devotee life? What is my internal inside desire? What do I really want? So it is said that Krishna always sees something that we cannot see. We can see everything, all the activities we perform. Like Damodar Prabhu every day comes inside and then take care of the tulasi. We see the activities that he waters, he gives some medication, he changes soil, and then a lot of things, external activities. but his internal intention we cannot see. All is not always. So all this is our such, and when we perform bhakti yoga, Krishna consciousness brings us into that pure intentions, that with love. Then it becomes pure bhakti. Now it's spontaneous. You don't have to put a lot of effort. We don't have to put, oh my God, I have whole 16 round left. I could not make it throughout the day. Now it's already 6 p.m. Now I'm struggling with this. My goodness. Oh wow, just counting the numbers. But to those devotees who are spontaneously acting, performing in the level of love with Krishna, chanting 16 round for them is like doing a toothbrush. Yeah, just let me go and brush my teeth. I ate just now. It's become very easy. So everything we cultivate our internal intention. So we need to sometimes sit down and introspect ourselves, that am I trying to love Krishna? So this is what Bhagavatam teaches us. This knowledge is completely devoid of any kind of material activities. So in the life of Puranjana, as Puranjana is so much attracted to a beautiful woman, and he trying to become Krishna, he even says that I'll keep you as good as like goddess of fortune who enlightened the whole Vaikuntha planet. You can be same like her, and then if you stay with me, I am a great man, I'm a hero. He's trying to influence the woman. And in material world, if you try to influence woman, you can easily influence. Women do not consider, oh yeah, maybe he's not right, he may be wrong, or he just may be trying to seduce me or something. They don't think, oh yeah, really? Oh wow. So in Vedic time, it is said that people would not marry to the person they would love, but they would learn to love the person they would marry. You see the difference? Not love the person you like, but marry the person and learn to love the person, and then live a life with Krishna consciousness. And that becomes sustainable relationship. The whole idea is different in Vedic time and in the modern time. So sadhana bhakti is really very, very important. It's also called Vaidhi bhakti. It's really important. Otherwise, we cannot escape and jump to the spontaneous bhakti. We should have that pure intention within our heart for the pleasure of Krishna. It's not for the pleasure of myself. In this unconditional and in impure state, all this churning of the thoughts and fighting, struggling in the mind, slowly when we reach that stage, then we feel free from all these hankering and desires. That is why Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost scripture. It teaches us. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the language of the Srimad Bhagavatam is the language of samadhi. There are 3 different bhashas: the language of knowledge, language of daily spoken language, and language of samadhi. This Bhagavatam was composed when Vyasadeva was in samadhi. That is why it is beyond the intelligence and your logic and your everything. Sometimes when we study and when we read, we don't find any sense to that, because it is not written within the jurisdiction of mental and intelligent sphere. It is above in a samadhi state. So there was a big discussion once in heavenly planet about which is the greatest and best scriptures. And Lord Brahma, this a story happens in long time. Lord Brahma brought a weighing machine. Weighing machine to weigh something. Scale. in India it's called tarazu. Tarazu means you have this. In court, you go to the court, one woman is blindfolded and she's holding this scale and equal both. So they place all the other scripture in one place, and sometimes like Vedas became heavier, sometimes Puranas become heavier, sometimes other Dharma Shastras become heavier. But when everything was kept together and Bhagavatam was kept in one side of the scale, Bhagavatam became heavier. And they say, okay, Bhagavatam is the greatest scripture. There is no doubt and no confusion. But then all the demigods started arguing and fighting. No, 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 Veda is our source of all Sanatana Dharma. They are the original root of all the religions, everything. They are the source. Then the personality of these scriptures, they come in a meeting in a demigod's place, and they had a conversation, and everybody were coming and putting their logic why they are greatest. And Veda Mata is a personality, the presiding deity of the Vedas. Veda Mata came. We are the greatest among all the scriptures because we talk about moksha, liberation from this material world. So nobody offered this golden offer, moksha. And Puranas came, no, no, no. Moksha comes later on. Before you die, you need to live your life. You need to follow so many rules and regulations. Following different kind of dharma, performing yajnas, everything. That is important. We are important than that. And other dharma shastra came. You just simply do not live your life like an animal. You should do the punya karma, the pious activities. We should focus on pious activities. Moksha and all this living a life comes later on. If you commit sinful activities, then you will be punished. You cannot get moksha and you cannot get better life. So this is more important. And now time came for Bhagavatam. Bhagavati Devi. She stood up and walked away. No talking. Everybody say that you are the greatest. Now it is your time to put your logic and argument that why you are greatest, but you are running away. What kind of argument competition is this? You should stop and speak why you are greatest. Then Bhagavati Mata said, I know, but whenever I hear about moksha, you guys are all talking about moksha, your piety, pious life, you are following the dharma, and then my ears is hurting. It gives me like heart attack. I cannot tolerate all this, listening these things. You are not talking about God, Bhagavan. Just like if you go outside and become so nice to the whole world, but you come home and your wife is not happy with you. Your life is like gone, spoiled. No matter how nice you are to the outer world, but you need to live in home and your wife is mad at you, not satisfied with you, then your life is hellish. So no matter how great pious or how great moksha is, but if you do not talk about the personality, the Godhead, if you do not have love for the person from whom all this comes, then you are talking about very dry, very superficial, very external topics. That's why I don't want to hear anything and I just go walk away. Then as soon as they heard Bhagavati Devi speaking, all the Upanishads, Puranas, Dharma Shastras, they paid her obeisances to Srimad Bhagavatam, and they say Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost. Paramahamsam Amalam is a Paramahamsa, is a highly elevated soul compiled. And when we learn, every day we read, then this attraction to Krishna arise, and vairagya from this world develop automatically. If you see the word vairagya, it's very interesting. If you break the word vairagya, it's called Visesa Raga. Come on in. We are here for you, waiting for you, yes. The curtain will open in a few minutes. In the meanwhile, you listen something about Krishna consciousness. Thank you so much. Vishesha means special. Raga means attachment. Means detachment. But its meaning is special, specific, special type of attachment. To whom? To Krishna. This is called real Vairagya. When we have a strong attachment to Krishna, that without Krishna my life become empty. When we have that feeling in our mind, then it is possible to be detached from this outer world. Otherwise, everything in this material world always keeps attracting us. And we simply easily fall into the trick of Maya, and we remain away from getting love from Krishna. So this is what Krishna wants. Krishna doesn't want us just to come to the temple and simply asking something, okay, please give me this, give me that, help me in my examination, find me a better half, get me a better job, all kind of this as asking. All this Dharma Shastra, that exactly teaches us that all this Dharma Shastra, they encourage people, go to God and then pray to God so that your desires will be fulfilled. But here in Bhagavatam says that just opposite of what all the other Dharma Shastra says, you need to protect the Supreme Lord. It's kind of contradictory. God is all powerful, all omnipotent, all protector, all merciful, all kind, and He protects every living being. But here we are learning that we need to love God, we need to protect God. Because loving means when you love somebody, you always have fear in your mind that if something bad happened to that person. This is what love means. When Mother Yasoda was loving Krishna, even though Krishna was completely all powerful, but she had all the time fear in her mind that something may happen to my son. This is what Bhagavatam says, that to protect the Supreme Lord. It's completely opposite idea is presenting here. So in order to understand that, we need to follow the proper sadhana. This is again coming to the sadhana with proper intention. Under the guidance, on your own, it is not possible. Because we are in this material world, everything is very strong and powerful, but you alone will not have any power to perform. Ekanki amara nahi paye bala harinama sankirtana. On my own, I would not have enough strength to chant the holy name of the Lord. That is why we need to have other people who are doing the same thing, that gives me encouragement and support and faith and all the strength that I need to chant Hare Krishna. So this Krishna consciousness movement is simply teaching us how to be attracted to Krishna and how do we outpour our love with proper intention for His pleasure, and then everything becomes very nice and easy, and we can become really happy and make our life successful. We can stop this repeated birth, death, old age and disease, and then wandering around from one place to another place just for the sake of happiness. But Krishna says, I am the source, I am the object of your happiness. I am the object that you are looking for. Please wake up, open your eyes, I am right here. So he says that the most confidential knowledge, the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Why it is said that? Because Krishna says, I am sitting next to you. And the reality is you do not know that. What could be the more confidential than that? I am within you, but you are looking me everywhere else. This is why you do not know where I am, so that's why you are looking everywhere. So I am very confidential, very guhyam. Confirm. Hare Krishna. So we are learning from Srimad Bhagavatam, ancient one of the very popular Puranas compiled by Vyasadeva. And we have a great king here in this Katha called Puranjana. Puranjana lives in a nice, beautiful city. And in the city, he has a beautiful girl coming in. So he is really attracted by that girl. And he's trying to influence her that I am a great king. Yes. I am very powerful personality. I have so much wealth to enjoy our life. So try to be my wife. Who could be more qualified husband than myself? So this way he is trying to persuade a woman, and you want to experience this life in this material world. And later on he realizes that actually running after all this external attraction and beauty is just a waste of time, and it will keep us more and more entangled in this material world. But instead of that, we need to find that beauty in Krishna, in God, so that it can give us liberation. It can free us from this repeated birth, death, old age, and disease in this material world. And also it's teaching us to practice this bhakti yoga where we develop love for God. Natural love for God. For so many other things, we do have love for our mobile phone. We do have love for our family. We do have love for our nation. We do have love for our study. We do have love for our job. But Krishna wants all those love should come to me, and then you will see the bigger picture of yourself. So Krishna says, I have a higher plan for you. But you are making a plan without me in this material world, and you are living many, many lifetimes, but you are still not satisfied. Or you are serving the senses so many times. Kama dinan katidha, like we are honoring, serving the senses so many lifetimes, so many times, but they are never say, I am satisfied now. Thank you so much. They never say, they keep asking more. But now I would like to turn to you, my dear Krishna. This is the whole idea about Krishna consciousness, that turning towards Krishna. Any question, any comments so far? We open for some questions. If you have any questions, please ask. Whatever comes in your mind, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? Shri Shri Gaunitai ki. Yes, Prabhu.
I don't have a question, but in the purport, Prabhupada described how when the demigods and higher personalities come to this earth, we don't touch the ground. And there were instances where Prabhupada on morning walks where they'd be on the beach and the sand was wet, and every devotee, every step they took would leave a print in the sand. And when Prabhupada was walking, there were no
print on the floor.
footprints. And also in dewy grass, it happened more than once.
Yeah. Srila Prabhupada, even though he was very old, but when he would walk, all the young disciples would have to run to catch him. Very interesting, right? When demigods or any alien from heavenly planet come to the earth, they don't touch the ground. The Puranjana has that knowledge that heavenly damsels, how they walk, they don't touch the feet. And he said, okay, you are definitely not the goddess of person, but you are meant for me. This is what we do, right? When we are in love to each other, and we become very emotional and say, I think you are meant for me. or I think we are meant for each other from our previous life. Yes. But our scriptures, our acharyas pray, when do I have that same feeling for God? When I see a beautiful woman, I do have all the feeling in my mind to enjoy that woman, but when do I have the same feeling for Krishna? then only my devotion reach some height. Otherwise, I'm still struggling in this material world. My intention is still finding happiness somewhere outside other than Krishna. This reality is reality. We need to work on it. Everybody of us, we need to work on it. That, my dear Lord, when I have the natural love for you, what is blocking in my heart that I am not able to express myself for you? How selfish and how bad person I am. I'm just doing every single thing for my own pleasure, for my own selfish interest, for my own selfish desire. Look, we can see ourselves how. That is why Vaishnavas become very humble and pay pranam to in front of Lord, that they realized many lifetimes I just live without acknowledging your presence and your greatness.
So, is this whole story of King Puranjana? It's like an allegory, and it said in previous verses that this woman is supposed to represent the intelligence or the mind, and so he's attracted to this woman. He's flattering her so much. So I'm wondering, is he just trying to use his intelligence to enjoy the world? Is that what's happening in the allegory? He's just asking his intelligence, please help me enjoy.
Yeah, this is what we think, that we can only enjoy with the company of a beautiful man or woman. This is our belief that we really get happiness from these sources. And our mind, our intelligence, they trick us. They us this ahankara, maya sakti. They are baffled and fall. Something which is not attractive, it is attractive, but Krishna is trying to see the contrast between the love we experience in this material world and the love that exists in the spiritual world, through the example of great King Puranjana. So that later on Puranjana realizes that I am a fool. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.